In the 75 years since the end of World War II, U.S. military veterans have been vital to the success of University of Maryland Global Campus. Ben Massey, Bob Daly, and Morgan Slayton, all veterans, were among the educational pioneers who helped expand classes to service members around the world, advance the concept of academic credit for military training, and increase access to a college education. Ben Massey was just 19 at the end of World War II. In 1978, he became UMGC president. It's a job he held for 20 years.
Here comes this person who was so close to the military, but at the same time, he saw the new wave coming. He saw online coming, and he was ahead of his time.
He had the vision, and he also figured out how to follow through on it.
And he always gave the example of students who want to take courses at McMurdo Station, South Pole. He was driven by people in isolated locations where we couldn't necessarily send a faculty member.
He believed in it. That was a big part of it. And we already had entire degree programs online by the end of the 1990s, when other institutions were struggling to get one or two courses off the ground.
It is a legacy, and Massey deserves all kinds of credit for that.
UMGC was one of the first universities to implement an online platform. If it wasn't for the earlier pioneers, I do not believe UMGC would be as successful as it is today.
One of the most prominent veterans to join UMGC was Morgan Slayton, a Naval Academy graduate. He once played host to President Dwight Eisenhower.
Morgan Slayton's last command was command of the USS Des Moines. Towards the end of Eisenhower's time as President of the United States, he took a tour. He was on the USS Des Moines. So, in a sense, President Eisenhower was Captain Slayton's guest. He becomes director of the Atlantic Division, dealing with a program that was in Bermuda and Iceland, the Azores, Greenland, Newfoundland. This was a way for him to continue serving the military without being in the military. So he brought educational programs to this incredible selection of far-flung places. And so I think that was the allure.
There was no other university overseas. We were the ball game. And so you received an unusual sense of satisfaction because you felt you were doing something that without your presence, life would have been very different at that base.
And Slayton's understanding of the military as a veteran was key.
Because we understand where they're coming from, and frankly, they respect us a lot more because of it. If they know that you are one of them, they're more apt to listen to you, and they're more apt to believe and trust you.
This is D-Day.
Bob Daly had been wounded at Normandy, and he piloted boats, landing craft, and had also been in the Pacific at Okinawa. So some of the deadliest battles.
Another early leader, beginning in 1951, was faculty member and university administrator Bob Daly.
He just had an amazing personality and a way of relating to people that was really incredible.
He liked the adventure of it. He liked working with military members, and particularly people who might not have been able to go to college.
Bob was a superb administrator who could work in all sorts of situations because you're dealing with service members who are being moved around to meet service member needs, and installations opening and closing and trying to keep an even high quality program going. Bob was absolutely brilliant in that.
He was able to talk up the chain of command in the military because he was very aware of it.
If you didn't understand the system, you'd be running up against brick walls.
What both Ben Massey and Bob Daly did was make sure that our programs had the very highest standards so that they could go to the civilian side and say, look what we're able to do here, and look at the quality of the program we're putting forward.
He encouraged an adventuresome, innovative, creative spirit in solving problems, a willingness to adapt, adjust, get the job done.
we've had to adapt, and we're really good at it.
The spirit of these pioneering educators paved the way for UMGC to bring higher education to more members of the military around the world, a tradition that continues to this day.
Because of the military and how we travel and what we do, we are not stationary a lot of times.
And you have to constantly be thinking about where they're going, what's going on in the world, how to adapt, how to change.
University of Maryland Global Campus allows for the flexibility of military personnel that no other university can offer.
And the reason we're still really good at this is because we did it years ago when nobody was doing it.
On Veterans Day and every day, UMGC is committed to educating our nation's heroes wherever they serve.